Welcome friends to the Mathematics Made Manageable Mathematics video tutorial series prepared by M. Srinivasan, Training Associate Mathematics, KVS Z Mumbai. Reference material in all chapters of class 12 Mathematics is available easily to all the students. The students are not able to gather necessary help from this material as students need detailed explanation of the solution steps, recollection of concepts required for the solution at required places, tips to do problems with slight changes, tips to reduce errors. The above needs of the students is taken care of at this tutorial series. Important concepts and solutions to NCERT textbook questions in each chapter is prepared using PowerPoint presentation and the same is converted into video. The concept and solutions are supported by necessary narrations. The tutorial is only a supplementary material to students and it cannot replace the classroom teaching by an experienced teacher. Okay, the PowerPoint presentations with the solutions can be downloaded from the link given at the bottom of this video. The link to the PPT and also link to the PPT with the narration is given at the bottom of the video which you are watching. Welcome to chapter 5, Continuity and Differentiability, topic Mean Value Theorem. Here we will see what is mean value theorem and what is role theorem, what is the meaning of this theorem, and try to solve all the problems of NCERT textbook exercise 5.8. Mean value theorem in calculus helps us to understand the identical behavior of different functions. Mean value theorem states that for a given planar arc between two endpoints, there is at least one point at which the tangent is parallel to the secant through it endpoints. We will try to see it. Before we start, we will see what is Rolle's theorem. We take a function defined from closed interval AB to R satisfying the following condition. Condition number 1, it is continuous on the given closed interval and it is differentiable on the open interval AB and the value of f of x at both the endpoints are same, that is f of a is equal to f of b. If these three conditions are satisfied, then there exists a point C in the interval a comma b, open interval a comma b, lies between a and b, a less than x less than c less than b, such that f dash of c is equal to 0. The derivative vanishes at this point C at least. Now what is the meaning of this Rolle's theorem? Continuous, if it is differentiable, then f of a is equal to f of b. We have seen that f dash of c is equal to 0. What is the meaning of it? Then there exists a point C such that the tangent to the curve is parallel to x-axis. When f dash of c vanishes, at that point the tangent will be parallel to x-axis. The slope will be 0. Therefore, the tangent to the curve at the point C will be parallel to x-axis. Whenever we are doing problem, we will try to see the graph also. Let us see what is mean value theorem. The same function we are taking from a to b to r, satisfying condition that it is continuous and it is differentiable. Two conditions only, it is continuous on a comma b, that is without any break, and it is differentiable also. We are able to find the derivative also in the open interval a and b. There is no need that it should be derivable at a and derivable at b. Then there exists a point C in between a and b such that the value of f dash of c is equal to f of b minus f of a. The value of f of x at b minus value of f of x at a upon b minus a. Therefore, the mean value theorem will be checked in a given interval only. The interval will be given to you. We will check whether the function is continuous. We will check whether the function is differentiable. Then we will try to find the value of c and we will try to check whether it lies inside a comma b. Suppose if the two conditions are satisfied by mean value theorem, there will be definitely at least one c such that this f dash of c is given by f of b minus f of a by b minus a. Just like our Rolle's theorem, let us see what is its geometrical interpretation. F from a to b are be a function satisfying these two conditions. Then there exists a c a comma b such that slope of the tangent at c is equal to the slope of the secant between a f of a and b comma f of b. The meaning is f dash of c is nothing but the slope, and it is not equal to 0. It will be f of b minus f of a by b minus a. You might have seen a formula to find the gradient or slope y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. The same thing, f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. We are finding that only. Therefore, in Rolle's theorem, the slope will be 0. Therefore, the tangent will be parallel to x-axis. But in mean value theorem, the third condition is not there comparative with the Rolle's theorem. For here, the tangent is parallel to a chord or secant, a chord lying between a f of a and b f of b. Now we have seen the two theorems now, mean value theorem, Rolle's theorem. Let us just closely look at these two theorem statements. In the first statement, continuous, they are also continuous. Here differentiable, they are also differentiable. But the third condition is there in Rolle's theorem, that is f of a is equal to f of b. If you put this condition in the mean value theorem, then the numerator will become 0, therefore f dash of c will become 0. Therefore, the Rolle's theorem is a particular case of mean value theorem. The Rolle's theorem is a particular case of mean value theorem where the functional value at both the endpoints of the given interval are equal. That is f of a is equal to f of b. If f of a is equal to f of b, then the tangent will be parallel to x-axis. If f of a is not equal to f of b, then the tangent will be parallel to the chord joining the points a f of a and b comma f of b. Let us try to understand that how to do the problem. Here you see you have to check whether the function is continuous, whether the function is differentiable. But there is no need to prove the continuity and prove the differentiability if you know the following results. Every constant function is continuous, every polynomial is continuous, every rational function of the form p of x by q of x where q of x is not 0 is continuous, the function defined by sin x is continuous, cos x is continuous, and tan x is continuous. But normally we will be getting that polynomial in most of the cases. Therefore, you have to mention that polynomial, therefore it is continuous everywhere. Therefore, it will be continuous in the given interval also. Therefore, these results you can quote while we are checking the conditions for mean value theorem or Rolle's theorem. As we had continuity, similarly we can tell that these functions are differentiable. We know that polynomial function, we know how to differentiate. Rational function also we know you can differentiate using division rule. Sin x is derivable, cos x is, you can find the derivative, tan x you can find the derivative. Therefore, the second condition of differentiability based on the given function, you can quote that this is a polynomial, therefore differentiable. It is a sine function, therefore differentiable. It is differentiable everywhere on the number line, therefore it is differentiable in the given interval also. You can quote the statement directly instead of trying to prove that it is continuous and proving that it is differentiable. Let us take a problem. Example, I have given f of x is equal to x square minus 8x plus 12. I want to check the Rolle's theorem in the interval 2, 6. Therefore, a is equal to 2, b is equal to 6. It is a polynomial. Just now we have seen for polynomial function, I can claim that it is continuous in the given interval. As it is a polynomial, it is differentiable at the open interval 2, 6. Given interval 2, 6, the open interval 2, 6. And I will find the value at the endpoint, that is f of 2, it is 0, f of 6 is 0 by putting x is equal to 2 in the equation function and x is equal to 6. Therefore, all the conditions of the Rolle's theorem are satisfied. For all the conditions of theorem are satisfied. Suppose if continuity is not there, you can drop there itself. Differentiability is not there, we will tell that Rolle's theorem conditions are not satisfied. Therefore, what the Rolle's theorem tells? It tells that there should be a C such that f dash of C should be equal to 0. Well, let us find what is f dash of x. We want f dash of C. Therefore, from the given f of x, it is x square minus 8x plus 12. F dash of x is 2x minus 8. What will be f dash of C? 2c minus 8. By this Rolle's theorem statement, f dash of C should be 0, but 2c minus 8 is equal to 0, or C is equal to 4. Check whether the C is equal to 4 lies inside the given interval. Well, it is inside the interval 2, 6. 4 lies in between 2, 6. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is verified. First, we checked the conditions of Rolle's theorem. If it is satisfied, we claim that there should be a C such that f dash of C is equal to 0. And you have to check whether that C lies in between the given values. That is upper limit and the lower limit. Well, now let us try the graph of it. This is the graph of that x square minus 8x plus 12. And you are seeing that C is equal to 4. That is f dash of 4 is 0. Now at the point 4 comma minus 4, if I draw a tangent, you are seeing that it is 100% parallel to x-axis. Therefore, we have verified the Rolle's theorem that all the conditions are satisfied. Therefore, the tangent to the curve at C is equal to 4, that is 4 comma minus 4 point, is parallel to x-axis. Let us try to take one example for mean value theorem. Root x minus 1 for x belongs to 1 comma 3. This is a continuous function, no doubt. Once again, it is differentiable because you know how to differentiate root x minus 1. And all the conditions of mean value theorem are satisfied. Therefore, there exists a C such that f dash of C is f of b minus f of a by b minus a. That is f of 3 minus f of 1 by 3 minus 1. Let us find what is f dash of x. It is 1 upon 2 into square root of x minus 1, the d by dx of x minus 1. Remember, this x is in the denominator. Therefore, when you put x is equal to 1, it goes to 0. That is why we are telling that it is differentiable in the open interval 1 comma 3, which 1 is not included. Okay, what is the differentiation of x minus 1? It is 1. Therefore, you got 1 upon 2 into root x minus 1. Remember, it is differentiable in the open interval 1 comma 3. 1 is not included. Therefore, denominator will not go to 0. Very good. F dash of x I got. Therefore, f dash of c I got. I will put in this equation now. When f of x is equal to root x minus 1, what is f of 1? It is 0. What is f of 3? 3 minus 1, 2. Therefore, root 2. Put it in the f dash of c format. It is 1 upon twice root c minus 1. That is f dash of c is root 2 minus 0 by 2. By doing simplifications, 2 will get cancelled. Therefore, 1 upon root c minus 1 is equal to root 2. Which implies root 2 into root c minus 1 is equal to 1. By squaring both sides, 2 into 2c minus 2 is equal to 1. C minus 1 is equal to half. Therefore, c is equal to 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 1.5. Is it lying between 1 and 3? Yes. Therefore, mean value theorem is verified. If the value which you are getting, the value of c which you are getting should be perfectly inside this interval. Otherwise, your checking is wrong. Mean value theorem condition satisfied. Similarly, that mean value theorem also should be verified. Okay. Let us try to get the graph of it. This is the graph of root x minus 1. And the value of c is 3 by 2. And you are seeing that the tangent to the curve at 3 comma 2, 3 by 2 comma 0.71, that is square root of something, you know that, is parallel to the chord joining 1 comma 0 and 3 comma root 2. So there is a chord joining a comma f of a and b comma f of b. It is parallel there. You are seeing that it is tangent is parallel to the chord. That is mean value theorem. Well, let us try to answer the questions from exercise 5.8. Verify Rolle's theorem for x square plus 2x minus 8 for x belongs to minus 4 comma 2. F of x is a polynomial. Therefore, it is continuous. And definitely it is differentiable. You can write directly, but remember differentiable is in the open interval to be on the safer side. And f of minus 4 is 0 and f of 2 is 0 by putting x is equal to minus 4 in the equation that given function and f of x is equal to 2 in the given function. Therefore, all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied. Continuity, differentiability, and the functional value at the endpoints are equal. Continue. Therefore, there should be a C in that given interval such that f dash of C is equal to 0. For f of x I have found f dash of x is 2x plus 2. Therefore, it is 2c plus 2. Therefore, 2c plus 2 is equal to 0. For what is C? C is equal to minus 1. Good. Minus 1 lies between minus 4 to 2. Therefore, my value of C is right. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is verified. Let us try to visualize the graph. This is the graph of x square plus 2x minus 8. And the value of C is minus 1. You are very well seeing that the curve at minus 1, minus 9 is parallel to x-axis. Fantastic. It is parallel to the x-axis. Question number 2, subdivision 1. Examine if Rolle's theorem is applicable for the function f of x greatest integer function for x belongs to 5, 9. Can you say something about the converse of Rolle's theorem? Okay, let us try to verify the conditions of Rolle's theorem. Condition number 1. For that f of x is a greatest integer function, it is not continuous at all integral values. In the continuity chapter, we have seen greatest integer function is continuous only at non-integral values. Therefore, f of x is not continuous at 5, 9. I think similarly, one more condition we can write that it is not differentiable at 5, 9. And f of 5 is 5 and f of 9 is 9. Therefore, it is if the value of the function at the endpoints are also not equal. F of 5 not equal to f of 9. For no condition of Rolle's theorem is satisfied, for the condition of Rolle's theorem are not satisfied. Remember, at least all the conditions should be satisfied. If one of the condition is not satisfied also, we will drop. Now, Rolle's theorem is not there. Therefore, why to talk about its converse. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is not applicable for x belongs to 5, 9 for this function f of x is equal to greatest integer function x. 2. Question 2, subdivision 2. Same thing. Verify Rolle's theorem for f of x greater integer function x from minus 2 to 2. Same argument as we had in the previous question. It is not continuous at all integral values or not continuous at minus 2, 2. First condition fails. Second condition, greater than integer function is not differentiable. Second condition fails. The third condition, f of minus 2 is equal to minus 2. Then f of 2 is 2. Therefore, the value at the endpoints are also not equal. Therefore, the condition of Rolle's theorem are not satisfied. Rolle's theorem is not applicable for f of x is equal to greatest integer function x for x belongs to minus 2 to 2. For converse is not applicable. No need to think about it. Question number subdivision 3 in question number 2. Examine for Rolle's theorem f of x is x square minus 1 for x belongs to 1, 2. F of x is polynomial. Good. Therefore, it is continuous. Good. It is differentiable. Now, let us go to the third condition. We want f of 1. It is 0. We want f of 2. It is 3. Oh, it is not equal. Therefore, the third condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied. That is f of a not equal to f of b. Therefore, condition of Rolle's theorem not satisfied. Therefore, Rolle's theorem is not applicable. For converse, no need to think about it. Question number 3. F from minus 5 to 5 is a differentiable function. Good. And f dash of x does not vanish, which means that it is not equal to 0. Then prove that f of minus 5 not equal to f of 5. Let us take a function is not given, but some information about the function is given. It's a differentiable function. Every differential function is continuous. Therefore, condition number 1 of what the Rolle's theorem or mean value theorem, whatever may be, R is continuous everywhere. It is differentiable everywhere it is given because it is a differentiable function. Therefore, all the conditions of mean value theorem are satisfied. Therefore, there should be a C such that f dash of C is f of 5 minus f of minus 5 by 5 minus of minus 5. or you should get a C like that because the conditions of mean value theorem are satisfied. Good. Now it is given that this f dash of x does not vanish. What is the meaning? F dash of c also not equal to 0. Put f dash of c is not equal to 0 there. You will get that the numerator is not 0. F of I minus f of minus phi non-zero. Therefore f of I is not equal to f of minus phi. For value at both the end points of the given interval is not equal. The value of the function at the end points are not equal. Question number 4. Verify mean value theorem for x square minus 4x minus 3 in the interval a comma b where a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 4. The meaning is you have been asked to find f of x for x belongs to 1 comma 4. It is a polynomial. Good. For it is continuous. Good. And it is a differentiable function also. We have to verify mean value theorem. Therefore only two conditions. Therefore all the conditions of mean value theorem are satisfied. But there should exist a c such that f dash of c is f of 4 minus f of 1 by 4 minus 1. We are now going in the job of getting that value of c and verifying it. We got f of x and f dash of x. F dash of c is 2c minus 4. F of x is like this. But we have to get the value of f of 1 and f of 4. F of 1 is minus 6 and f of 4 is minus 3 by putting x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 4 in the given function. Now put in the formula for f dash of c. 2c minus 4 is f of 4 minus 3 minus of minus 6 by 3. Therefore 2c minus 4 is minus 3 plus 6 by 3. So 2c minus 4 is 1. 2c is equal to 5. C is equal to 5 by 2. 5 by 2 is 2.5. It exactly lies in between 1 and 4. Therefore, we have verified mean value theorem. Mean value theorem is verified. Let us see the graph of it. This is the graph of x square minus 4x minus 3 from 1 to 4. Here you are seeing that c is equal to 5 by 2. At 5 by 2 comma minus 6.75. The tangent to the curve is parallel to the chord joining 1 comma minus 6, that is a comma f of a, and 4 comma minus 3, that is b comma f of b. The chord which is joining the endpoints of the given interval is parallel to the tangent drawn at c, which lies in between a with this a comma b. Good. Question number 5. Verify mean value theorem for x cube minus 5x square minus 3x in the interval where a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3. Find all c1 comma 3 for which f dash of c is equal to 0 if possible. Okay, let us try to get the mean value theorem first. F of x is given, is a polynomial function. For it is continuous, well, it is differentiable. For all the conditions of mean value theorem are satisfied, there should be a c in the given interval 1 comma 3 such that f dash of c is equal to f of 3 minus f of 1 by 3 minus 1. Let us get f dash of x. It is 3x square minus 10x minus 3. F dash of c is 3c square minus 10c minus 3. From f of x, let us find what is f of 1, because we are having the interval 1, lower limit. It is 7 minus 7 and f of 3 is minus 27 by putting x is equal to 1 in the function and put x is equal to 3 in the given function. Let us go for this f dash of c. It is f dash of c is 3c square minus 10c minus 3. F of 3 is minus 27 minus of minus 7 by 3 minus 1. Therefore, the right hand side will become minus 20 by 2. You are getting a quadratic equation. 3c square minus 10c minus 3 is equal to minus 10. Let us continue. Therefore, 3c square minus 10c minus 7 is equal to 0. Very quickly we can solve it by splitting the middle term, that is minus 3c minus 7c. Therefore, by taking 3c outside, it is 3c into c minus 1 minus 7 into c minus 1 is equal to 0. 3c minus 7 into c minus 1 is equal to 0 by taking common, and you will get c is equal to 7 by 3 and c is equal to 1. And it is very clearly written that out of them any value of c, at least one c will be there. Therefore 7 by 3 lies between 1 and 3. You know what is the value of 7 by 3? It is 2 point something. Therefore we have verified mean value theorem. Let us try to have a close look at the graph of it. This is the graph, total graph I have shown you, and from 1 to 3 also graph is there. There the value of c is 7 by 3. Tangent to the curve 7 by 3 comma f of 7 by 3 is parallel to the chord joining 1 comma minus 7 and 3 comma minus 27. Okay. There for this question. One more part, we have to find the value of c such that f dash of c is 0. For that, let us try to once again go for it. It's a continuous function. It is differentiable. Let us try to find what is f of 1 and f of 3. Already we have found. No need to do it once again. F of 1 is minus 7 and f of 3 is minus 27. Therefore, they are not equal. What do you mean by that? The third condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied. Okay, what Rolle's theorem tells? If the third condition is also satisfied, first, second and the third, if all the condition of Rolle's theorem is satisfied, then f dash of c will be definitely 0 for c belong to 1 comma 3. Therefore, value of c comma 3 for which f dash of 0 does not exist, because Rolle's theorem tells that f dash of c will be 0 for some c, but here Rolle's theorem condition is not satisfied. Therefore, you cannot find a c such that f dash of c is equal to 0 in this interval. Let us go back. Again 6 subdivision 1. We have to examine mean value theorem for this f of x is equal to greater than integer function x for x belongs to 5 comma 9. Already we have done it. Again we will recollect. It is not continuous at all integral values, therefore not continuous. It is not differentiable. Mean value theorem conditions are not satisfied. Therefore mean value theorem is not applicable for this function at x belongs to 5 comma 9. Therefore no need to worry about the converse also. Converse also will not exist. Therefore for that greatest integer function, mean value theorem is not applicable. Okay, again 6 subdivision 2. F of x is equal to greater than integer function x in the interval minus 2 to 2. The same argument. It is a greater than integer function. It is not continuous at all integral values. Therefore it is not continuous at the interval minus 2 to 2. It is not differentiable also. Condition of mean value theorem are not satisfied. For mean value theorem is not applicable for this f of x is equal to greater than integer function x for x belongs to minus 2 to 2. Converse of mean value theorem is not applicable. Okay. Third subdivision. For x square minus 1, let us try to have whether mean value theorem is applicable. F of x is a polynomial, continuous, and it is differentiable. The condition of mean value theorem are satisfied. No need to go for the third condition because it is a mean value theorem we are checking. Therefore, there should exist a c belongs to 1 comma 2 such that f dash of c is equal to f of 2 minus f of 1. What is f of x? It is x square minus 1. F dash of x is 2x. For f dash of c is 2c. We have to find f of 1, it is 0. F of 2 is 3. Put it in the f dash of c format. It is 2c is equal to 3 minus 0 by 2 minus 1. 2c is equal to 3. C is equal to 3 by 2. Is it 3 by 2 lie between 1 and 2? Yes, it is 1.5. Therefore, for this particular function, mean value theorem is verified because c is 3 by 2. Let us try to see the graph of it. This is the graph. We are seeing x square minus 1. We are finding a part of it from 1 to 2. It is a upward parabola, but a part of it is from 1 to 2 we are seeing. There c is 3 by 2, which lies in the interval 1 comma 2. The tangent to the curve at 3 comma 2 comma 1 comma 1.25 is parallel to the chord joining 1 comma 0 and 2 comma 3.